Hey everybody. Let me turn down the music just a touch here. Hello. Hey patrons. Hope everyone's doing well. We're gonna hang out tonight and do some layout on Mecha Hack, both because this is kind of my only night to do it, but also because this is something that people seem to enjoy. So what we're working on here is we're doing, this is basically going to be a preview PDF, so it's stuff that we're going to give to the backers as soon as the Kickstarter ends, so that'll be this weekend. We'll basically share a Google Drive link and people will have access to this, and it's going to have the basic rules of the game in it, so the stuff that's in this book, like the first 10 or 12 pages or so. And then in addition to that, it'll have the new chassis, the new pilots, some modules and equipment, and some missions as well, a few missions. So it's just a way for us to get a little content out to people, so they can start using the book right away, start using this stuff right away, and sit on it over the holidays and kind of get a feel for the finished product. So what do you do? There we go. So that's what we're doing today. Just gonna do none there. I do have the chat open, so if anyone, oh hey Jason, Cole, hey DJ. Awesome. Yeah, I InDesign is it's like one of those like can't live with it, can't live without it sort of situations where for like text layout, for like text flow layout, there's like really not a better option. But it's also such a finicky, fiddly piece of software. I have been using InDesign for over a decade at this point, and I still am learning stuff. When I was working on A Dead Man's Guide to Dragon Grin, I had to learn how to do an index, and I had to learn how to do hyperlinked cross-references, and compile a book from multiple InDesign files. So that was a lot of fun to have to learn how to do that. But it was all like good, like useful stuff to know as well. So so the first thing I need to do is actually see if I have the cover, because I don't know if I have the cover sitting in my drive here. So we're gonna look for that. So, and if it ever seems like I'm not doing anything on the screen, it's because I'm on my other monitor over here. So, I don't think I have the cover, but I think that I did have the cover at one point. Auxiliary Bionic Colossus. No, okay. Battle briefing. Oh, here it is. Haha. I do have it. I do. See, I don't even know what GM Binder is, Cole. So I'm assuming, yes, it is better than that. I know there are a few other text flow programs out there. I'm not familiar with them. What is that? Oh, okay. So what we'll just import this. Well, no, I'll turn off the background and then we'll import it. I think is what we'll do. No, I want the background. Anyway, there are a few apps out there, software out there for doing text flow that aren't InDesign. See, like right now, I can't find the place. There it is. It's right there. That's the other thing is that Adobe has this tendency to like switch stuff on you. That you've like changing the way that things have been done for centuries, not actual centuries, but you know what I mean. I'm like having the hardest time. I feel like they move stuff around on me because I'm having the hardest time finding where I'm supposed to be. Okay. We just got some chill hop on today. So there's the cover. That was easy. And then we're going to redo the credits here as well, the front page here. So I'll need to pull that up. Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with that, Cole. Now, people were using that a lot when 5e first published the SRD, the OGL. I need to open up the document for the front matter. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so we get rid of that, and we're gonna pull over the logo. That's what this is. No, that's not what that is. I want to do the big chunky mission manual logo. Oh, that's on this cover as a separate layer. So we'll pull that over as a separate layer into its own PSD. There we go. Man, been a crazy week. How's everyone doing? The weeks leading up to the holidays are always just like not into it. I'm actually very excited for the holidays this year. I think it's going to be a really good year for my family. My daughter is like at the age where she's actually like excited for Christmas and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. But like the lead up to it and like just like getting work to a place where I'm not worried about it the entire time is always daunting. So God, is it really 7 years ago? Like, I know you might be joking, Cole, but I feel like it's closer to 7 years ago than it's not. Because, yeah, 5th edition came out around then. Because, hang on, let me think. Absolute Tabletop is 5 years old. So I think the SRD OGL is, like, about 5 years old, actually. Okay. Say critical operations for Titanic war machines. Oops. Wow, yeah. Okay, hopefully you guys can actually hear the music and we're not having another, do you remember when I was doing the Harbinger layout stream and I was like singing and dancing the entire time, and it turned out, it was like 3 hours in and it turned out that like no one could hear the music that I was listening to, and I was like, I will diminish and go into the west and remain Galadriel. So I want to get I have this different like side here. This might be it. Is this it? No. This might be it though. No, that's not it either. What the hell? I have a different logo that has the oh, you know what? I think that might be in my other folder. Basically, it's the logo, but it's like one line rather than the 3 lines. So I think that's what this is, maybe? Yep. Awesome. Okay, cool. So we'll just clump this stuff together. Give it a color overlay, black color overlay. File. Save as. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the right folder so that I'm not looking for it in 3 months when I'm trying to export this. This is logo black. Okay, there we go. What? Nani? I thought I just... What's going on? Where did I save this? Logo black, PSD. Yeah, that's... Do I want to replace it? Yes, I would like to replace it. Okay, there we go. That was very, very strange. So we're going to shrink this down quite a bit, I think. Yeah. And basically have it be like this. So we'll get this at the size we need it and then scale. So let's scale this down quite a bit to 60%, I think. Yeah, that seems good. And then we'll put the this up top. So we'll scale that down even more. We'll do about 70. Oops. See, I just grabbed the image that was inside the frame. Okay, we'll do 70 again. And you know what's going to happen is that I'm going to do this. I'm going to spend all this time doing this, and then it's not going to look good. Ugh, I don't like it. I'm going to just grab the logo. This logo. No, that's not what I want. What the heck? Here it is. This is what I want. We'll just use this guy. Oh, that's tiny. Why is that so small? Oh, but it looks good. Okay, that's fine then. And again, this is the preview PDF, so things might change. Hopefully, ideally, they change before we actually put the book out. So, and I don't like. I used to do front matter credits like in a table, and I don't care for that anymore. And I started doing it in. Let's see if I can find the. Where would it be in the ADMG layout? I'm gonna have a like a traumatic flashback opening up ADMG here. Oh. Hey, Josie. Overworked and stressed. Jason, I feel you, man. I feel you. I can only imagine your job gets even wilder this time of year. Okay, I am opening up ADMG just so I can grab or figure out how I did the front matter, because I really like the way that the front matter looks in ADMG. I'm pretty sure that it's just text. Yeah, it's just text with a second line indent on it. That's what I want to do with this too. So I'm gonna go ahead and just delete that. I'm going to create a new text box. I'm going to make it our basic wait a minute. Why is the basic paragraph? Oh, body text is why. Weird. Okay. It's funny because I'm using the layout that I did for Mission Manual like 2 years ago, and I've learned so much about InDesign since then that I'm honestly just like, I don't really want to do it this way anymore. You know what I mean? Okay. So I'm just gonna grab all of this. Except for this, and just go ahead and paste it over here. There we go, and we'll go ahead and do this blippy blue and get rid of these extra spaces. Hey, yeah, you guys, patrons get a shout out in this book, by the way. It's the least I could do for all of the support and enthusiasm over the last year for Mecha Hack stuff. It's been great. And did I really make the credits too long in this book? That's hilarious. Of course I did. That's so funny. That's so Raven. That's so Raven. It's the future I can see. God, that makes me so mad. I'm gonna have to... No, I can make this stuff, the like legalese stuff, a smaller... I can just make it smaller. I'll create a new text style and call it legalese. And I'll just, oh God, it's already so small. I'll drop it down a couple points and that should, oh yeah, that does it. Oh yeah. And then we'll go ahead and bold this stuff. Ugh, why? Okay, open sans semi-bold. We're gonna have a talk. We're gonna have a talk about why you don't work. Because semi-bold is right there. Just pull up semi-bold. Like, I don't want it bold. Bold's too heavy. Text is too light. I just want a nice, light, but noticeable semi-bold. It shouldn't be that hard to achieve, you know? Additional development and playtesting. Look at this. These credits are just full of names of people from the Absolute Tabletop community, and it makes me so happy to see. Yeah, I just like, that's really awesome. So we're gonna create a new paragraph style here and call it, oh, why would you do that? We're gonna call it front matter. We don't want it semi-bold, we just want it light. And then, oh, here, it's preview. And then what we're gonna do is we'll go to Indents and Spacing is what it's called. And we want, what you do is you create a left, it's all coming back to me now. You basically create a left indent and then first line indent backwards to a negative. It's stupid the way it works, but anyway, there we go. Okay. That doesn't look bad. Or does it? Let's back out. That's like a lot of text. That's heavy. I think if we just drop it a little bit here. There we go. Okay. Let me look at the chat. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat for a second. Ooh, sushi. Oh my God, now I want sushi. I was such a good boy for dinner tonight. I made, we did baked tilapia in the oven, which is actually better than it sounds because I like season the hell out of it, add a bunch of lemon and herbs and stuff. And then I want to like offset this a little bit. I think I'm going to give it like a gray background maybe. And then roasted carrots and broccoli, and then I did like a Spanish rice with chicken stock. It was really good, but it was like healthy. And I'm like, I want a pizza. But I'm gonna be good because I've got a week of heavy eating coming up here. So, God, my eyes are like not working tonight. Paragraph shading is what I want. We're gonna give it shading. We're gonna make it black, but then we're gonna drop the tint so that it's gray. And then we want offsets. Yeah. And then indents and spacing, space before. No. Yeah. What if we do space before and we add a little bloop, but then we do this? Oh no, that's worse. Oh no, it's so much worse. Can we do 0.05 inches? Hey, that doesn't look too bad. I'd say that's looking pretty good. Oh, you know what though? I don't. Oh no, that's okay. Yeah, Ooh, takeout Mexican. Oh, the stuff I made, I did that. What did I make? It was a bottom round roast. So good. God, it's so funny. Now that I'm here and I've finished the front matter, I'm like, I'm not even gonna include this in the preview PDF. I just did that for no reason. My wife and I have been doing a lot of takeout lately. This time of year, I tell you what. Okay, so let me wrap my head around what I want to do here. So I've already got the chassis and the pilots and the modules and the equipment. So, what we need is a hero. I need a hero to the edge of the night. He's got to be strong, and he's got to be fast, and he's got to be fresh from the fight. What I need to drink some water. Oh man, I saw about all that snow, Cole. Oh, we're probably gonna be getting snow here. We usually get it in like January, February, if we get it at all. It's been pretty rough the last few years, though, the snow. And I have a big steep driveway that's perilous even when it's dry, so we have to de-ice it every day when it snows. It's not fun. Okay, I'm gonna burp into the microphone. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to have the hang on. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write it down what I want to do so that I can have it in my brain. We've gotten to that point. So what I need is I want the basic rules from Mecha Hack. I want the new chassis, new pilots, new modules plus gear. And then I want to do like a handful of missions. So we'll just see how many missions we get done. And that'll be how many missions people get. So that's what we'll do. Canceled school. The fact that school is even happening is crazy to me. I have to think about that for my kid here, like, before too long. Okay, so I think what we should do first is I'm going to go ahead and save this down. We can leave everything that we have here because we'll just export the pages that we want. So maybe I'll just... Oh man, I could be super lazy, and what we could do is we could just grab, when we put the PDF together, we can just grab the pages from the Mecha Hack PDF and just like push them together. Or we'll have them be separate PDFs. That's perfect. We'll do that. That's perfect. We'll do that. So then all I have to do, because this is done, I just need to lay out the missions then. Okay, simple. Stunning. Okay, so we've already got salvaging the eclipse here. I'm almost wondering if I might want to lay out the missions that I ran. That would kind of be fun. By the way, we got these little... I want to talk really briefly. These little icons. This was an idea I had. I want to basically have little icons that like denote different things in the mission. So like, hey, this is a good campaign starter, or like this has kaiju in it, you know, that sort of thing. So you can like flip through the book and see really quickly, like at the top of the mission, what it's going to be for. And we have Hank doing the icons. So he's making the little icons that are going to be at the top, and they're going to look so cool. I'm really excited about that. So what missions did I run? I ran Break the Blockade. I ran Severed Connection. I ran Defending Kuro Station. I ran Heaven's Fall. So that's the 4 that I ran, right? Yeah, Break the Blockade, and then I ran Defending Kuro Station, and then I ran Severed Connection, and then I ran Heaven's Fall. Cool. And I'm running, this Friday, I'm running, what is it called? Fall of Phoenix Peak, which was written by Grant Howitt, who's like one of my favorite game designers. So, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking is like, you know, if you're flipping through the book and you're looking for a mission you want to run, and you're like, I want to run a mission with kaiju in it, then you just look for the little like little kaiju symbol, and then you're good to go. So, okay, so let's lay out these missions then. This will be super easy. Super duper easy. I'm just overthinking it. It's crazy. I never do that. I never overthink everything. So this Friday is going to be cool because I'm running that game, and then it's going to be the last game I run of this year because I'm taking the latter half of December off, basically. And it's the Mandalorian finale as well. And so I'll get out of my game and go hang out with my wife, and we'll probably order some food and watch Mandalorian. And I'm really excited about that. I really love that show. Mandalorian is great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love the Mandalorian. Yeah. The Mandalorian. It's really good. I love Baby Yoda. I know his name isn't Baby Yoda, but I call him Baby Yoda. I call him Baby Yoda. Okay, and then we're going to port over the text from the objectives. This is the least efficient way to do tables. I hate the way that InDesign handles tables, and I'll never understand why it does this. And I've talked about this in other streams, but you basically, whenever you take text from a table from a Google Doc or a Word doc or anything like that, and you move it into a table in InDesign, you have to have an extra row. I don't know why, and I'll never understand it. I'll never understand it. I remember when Lloyd was working on Iskloft, he messaged me. He was like, hey, is there any way to like copy text from Google Docs into InDesign with InDesign tables without adding the extra row? And I was like, Lloyd, if you find a way, you tell me, because shit is the bane of my existence. Okay, so we're gonna need to see. This is where we're gonna get a little handsy with it, because look at, bum bum bum. So we can see there's a really easy cut here. We just say enemy deserters offer aid. Boom. The enemy unveils a new long-range weapon. We don't need and brings it to bear. That was me just writing for the sake of writing. Sometimes you just put words because you want them to be that. And I'll make sure that I change this in the doc as well, because Keel is going to be going through and proofreading this whole book. So there we go. Here, I'm going to pop out the chat. There we go. An R&B hit waiting to happen. Thank you. You guys are too kind. You're too kind. Oh, Baby Yoda. No, we're not going to do that. Not tonight. Not tonight. Oops. All right, cool. And then we've got infiltrate the outskirts. This was one of the first missions I wrote. The first one was salvaging the eclipse, and I wrote that. I don't know if y'all remember, but I ran a game called Scrappers a while ago. This was like last year, or the year before. I ran this game called Scrappers. It was a little trilogy with some really awesome players. It had Lloyd, had Baron Cantrell, Philip Maddie, Karen Davies. It was just really fun. They started out as like salvagers, and they kind of got embroiled into the conflict of Lodestar Alpha. But anyway, salvaging the eclipse is the first session. It's the first session of the campaign. So, excuse me. So then we have to italicize the enemies. Italics. Cool. Here we go. Baron is a gem. I love playing with Baron. And he was the commander, and he was so good. He was so fun to play with, and I love Baron with all my heart. I was telling Philip Maddie during, because I got to play with Philip Maddie in one of these one-shots that I'm running on Fridays. I was telling Philip that I was really missing him and Baron, and I couldn't really put my hand on my finger on why I was missing them so much. And I realized it was because I didn't see them at AtCon, and I'm so used to seeing them every summer at AtCon, Baron and Philip. And so I was like, yeah, like I was having like this ache in my heart where Baron and Philip Maddie usually are, and it's because I didn't see them over the summer. So it's a super bummer. Yeah, I missed a lot of people this summer for AtCon. I mean, everybody that comes to AtCon, but also I didn't see the AppTap guys this year. When normally we get together every summer. It's the first summer in like 6 summers that I haven't seen Tim or James or Barker or Nate in person. So it was like, I don't know, this summer was really weird. It was really weird, and it was not great. But that's the deal. We all had to kind of pony up and sacrifice, except for people who didn't. You know, we haven't, honestly, Jason, we haven't really talked about it. And I feel like we're kind of like putting off talking about it because you're right. It's probably not in the cards for this coming year. Because, you know, we're apparently getting a vaccine, which is great. But I don't imagine that it will be like we're going to be dealing with this stuff for at least the first half of the year. So, yeah, I don't want to say anything definitively, but it's just for patrons here, so I don't mind saying that I personally I don't think AtCon is happening this year, which is a huge bummer, really big bummer. makes me sad. It's funny, nothing has convinced me more that AtCon is necessary than not having it. Yeah, I would be really surprised too, Jason, especially for travel, because the thing is, like, I mean, even in Washington, things are just out of control. Like, it's hundreds of new cases a day in my county. It's just terrifying. Yeah, so anyway, I don't imagine that we will see significant enough improvement to hold large gatherings. But I am holding out hope that it will be safe enough um, for an AbTab gathering, because we do AtCon, and that trip is, I mean, it's half vacation, but also we get a ton of work done. That is when we do a lot of like big meeting decisions, because it's the only time that we can meet in person and talk. And so like we do a lot of discussing projects, figuring out what we're doing for the next year. We work on stuff together. We play test stuff together. And we didn't get to do that this year, which really is, I'm feeling it. I'm hurting for it. You know, you can only do so many Zoom meetings before you're just like, oh my God, like I would love to just like be in person talking to these people. So my hope is that we potentially get to get together, the four of us, next summer or even in the spring, and be able to like get an Airbnb and just like hermit up for a weekend and get some work done. Yeah, AtCon South would be fun. I remember, I think it was the first AtCon, a bunch of they did an AtCon East, and it was like Jonathan Miles, Locrius, I think Lionel was there too. But those guys got together and did like a little AtCon satellite con, and I thought that was really, really fun. What's a fun idea. One thing that we did learn though is that the AtCon line thing, we really enjoyed doing AtCon line, and obviously that's not a replacement for AtCon, but it is something that we really enjoyed doing, and we got to raise a bunch of money for a good cause. So I think that we'll likely do, probably not this year, but I think we will make AtCon line like a pretty regular thing, because that was a lot of fun. And it was great to be able to just hire Jake Norman and Dwight to just produce it, because then we're able to just kind of show up and do our thing and not worry so much about the streaming aspect of it, the organization, the logistics of it, because we are terrible at that. Like, if you knew how bad the four of us are at just like planning things, you'd be like, how are they a company? How do they not have their LLC status revoked? This is a fun, I like, Severed Connection is a fun, this is one Barker and I wrote together. Oops. I like messed up a bunch of the text. There we go. We'll still have room though. That's fine. There we go. Yeah, no, Jake is great. Him and Dwight are, they get streaming. They're pros. Like that. The best way I could say it is that they are professionals. They did such a phenomenal job running that con. So yeah, Severed Connection is one Barker and I wrote, and it's very much like Star Wars inspired. It's like fly in, blow up the generator, fly out, escape the explosion sort of thing. I ran this as an underwater mission, though. It was really, really fun to run it as an underwater mission. I thought that was kind of a fun little twist. Yeah, they're super nice. A little too nice. I'm just kidding. They're great. I'm like that. I was telling my wife I'm that kind of tired that isn't like physical. It's like at my core of my being. I'm like, no, like physically I'm fine. Like I got plenty of sleep last night. But my soul is tired. My spirit is tired. I'm sure y'all know what that's like. Yeah, well, and traveling is expensive. Like, so just like straight up, we spend a good portion of the profit that AppTab makes every year flying Tim and James and Barker over here and buying or renting an Airbnb for all of us. That's where a lot of our, like, that's a huge expense every year that we have to plan for. And it is, I mean, we, you know, it's cool that we get to do that, but like we take home a lot less money because we do that. So like I totally get it. It's expensive to get here. Here we go. Okay. I'm hopefully getting a new mic soon. That's I'm looking into there's this company called Tula that makes mics, and this layout's going really quick. This is laying out this book is going to be a cinch. He said, knocking on wood. It's like compare this to laying out ADMG. Nothing will ever compare to laying out A Dead Man's Guide to Dragongrim. That book was a monster. You know what though? They are printing it. It is being printed right now. Like 1,500 copies of that book. Listen, pushing the button for printing that many books was the most terrifying thing, because you're like, well, I hope there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, well, we're about to spend all of the Kickstarter money. I hope there's nothing wrong. No, there isn't. We looked at it so many times. Hey, Keel. How's it going? Good to have you. Good turnout tonight. Thanks for coming out, folks. I actually really appreciate it. This time of year, I know it's busy. I appreciate everyone coming out and hanging out with me. The company makes it a lot easier to get through this. Yeah, and I made a post on the Patreon about this, but I did want to, as I'm working here, I did want to chat just really briefly about next year, just really kind of upping my Patreon game and doing a lot more content for Patreon, doing a lot more like regular stuff, and also like I don't know, just like giving y'all like cool stuff like Builder. Really excited about Builder. Actually, if we get done with the layout here, which I am just doing one more mission, after we're done with the layout, do you all want to see Builder? Like, do you want to see what I have for Builder? Because I'd love to talk about it. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Anyway, I want to do more stuff for the Patreon because I do really appreciate all of the support that I get on here, and like, it means a lot. So, hey, Aaron, how's it going? Wow, how many people do we have watching right now? This is a pretty good turnout. 7 people? Yeah. Cool. I'll finish this then, and we can look at Builder really quick before I wrap things up. I was contemplating doing a Builder like live playtest tonight, but I didn't quite get the cards done. Designing cards for it, and I didn't quite get them done. So I'm thinking maybe the first stream of the new year will be a Builder playtests. But I still want to try and get the packet out to everyone before Christmas. But in terms of like a live playtest, I think that'll have to wait until the new year. So. And then another thing I want to do is Patreon allows you can get people's physical address for shipping stuff. And I want to send like cool little goodies to Skull patrons, the $10 patrons. I don't know, like little, I haven't really figured it out yet. I was talking to my wife about it because she's got a good head for that kind of stuff, but I was thinking like it'd be fun to send out like little like postcards with like art that I own the rights to. So like Mecha hack art, like if you get like a little like card with like a cool like piece of art on the front, and then on the other side it's like a roll table, like a cool roll table that I make, and then like a little handwritten like message or something. I don't know, like I feel like people would appreciate that, but it's also, I don't want it to be like, I don't know, I want it to be cool, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And I think that would be kind of cool. Like okay, so like a great example is okay, so I ordered a bunch of stuff from Square Hex for Black Hack. Ooh, stickers, Keel. That's a good idea. Stickers, really smart. Really smart. Stickers. Damn. Why didn't I think of that? Okay, so anyway, so I got a bunch of Black Hack goodies, and they sent me with the books that I got, which, by the way, Classic Monsters for Black Hack 2nd edition, really good, really cool. And then I also got a bunch of these little player packets because I want to run some Black Hack. But anyway, they sent me these little, they're like little card, like rule reference cards. And I like want to do little, just like little goodies like this. I don't know. I just, I'm constantly like, I need to be doing more for my patrons. And that, like, I feel like it'll be therapeutic to my soul to create little like physical goodie bags to send out to patrons. So yeah, okay, so stickers is a really good idea, Keel. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget it. I'm gonna write it right here. Keel says stickers, and then in parentheses I'm putting for Patreon. That's very, very smart. Okay, stickers. Stickers. It's a really good idea. Yeah. Give people swag so we can advertise Mecha Hack. Yep. Very smart. And I also just like, I don't know, I want people who are at the $10 level to feel like they're getting like their money's worth. Because when I first started the Patreon, the benefit of doing the $10 tier was that you could suggest or like request posts, but I'm doing less of that now. I'm doing a lot more like active like game design and less like here's how to GM sort of stuff, which I do like doing that kind of stuff, but I definitely, as the Patreon progressed, I just ended up doing less of it. So anyway, the point is I want to give the Skull patrons you know, a little extra benefit, a reason for the season, a reason to stay at that level and have other people potentially upgrade too. So anyway. So DJ, a lot of the missions are they reference enemies from the core book. So no, they will not have the new enemy stat blocks in it. But the main thing with this is that I really just want people to get a feel for the missions, because honestly, it's not going to take a long time to put this book together. So the book itself is going to be out in probably February. The PDF for it. Okay, one more mission. I'm doing Heaven's Fall.
Hey, it's Heaven's Fall. Yeah, 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 yeah. Whoa.
Okay. This was a super fun mission. I really enjoyed running Heaven's Fall. This is a mission that Marquise wrote, and I just had such a blast running it. It's a really fun, like, high octane. You like have to bail out of a crumbling ship after another ship hits it. It's so dope. So dope. Cool. Postcard roll tables, stickers with art. Okay, awesome. I was thinking too, like, I could even do like little like GM screens and stuff too. Like just little, I don't know, like it'd be fun. Like I have printers here in Tacoma that I could go to and like actually print stuff out and do like limited runs of swag, and I feel like that would be fun too. Like I don't know, like I don't get to work with stuff like that, like physical stuff, tangible stuff. So I feel like that would be really fun. Oh shoot. And yeah, that's totally fair, Jason. And I agree with you. Like there are honestly, there are a couple Patreons that I support that I don't really engage with the content very much, but I value the content and I value what the people are doing. The Patreon, Your Game Needs Diversity Patreon. They do such amazing work for inclusivity and creating resources for game designers and stuff who are wanting to lift up marginalized voices. And like I don't engage with that content as much as I should, but I support them every month because it's such worthwhile work. And when I do want those resources, they're there. They're there for me. So. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. But I do appreciate that, Jason. Like, and I realize that a lot of my like, oh, I want to make sure that everyone's getting their money's worth. Like my worry over that, like if people didn't want to like subscribe to the Patreon or like give me money, like they wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm like, aha, I gotcha. Like, so yeah, I don't know. I just need to worry about it less and focus more on like having fun with it and like giving people cool shit. Like, because I really like giving people cool shit. So anyway. Yeah, and I appreciate that, Aaron. Like, that's like totally my point. Is like, it, you know, when you want to engage with it, it's here, and you know, it's a few bucks a month. So I don't know. I've had a few bad, like I've supported people on Patreon, and then the Patreon has like completely lapsed. Like they've gone months without posting anything or doing anything, and like they've still like made money off of it, which is like, hey, listen, like if people are gonna give you money, more power to you. But I don't know, I just have this like ingrained like I shouldn't be making money it, like, because that's been pummeled into me for my entire life. I mean, you get it. Y'all get it. It's the same people that if you try to charge money for art are like, why aren't you just doing it because you like to do it? It's like, because liking to do it doesn't pay my rent, dude. You jackanape. Okay. And we just got... Ooh, yes, I'm very excited for this Friday. Keel and DJ, you're both in that game. We've got Gwen and Karen Davies. It's going to be great. I'm actually really excited about it. Just a great group of players. Okay. There we go. Yeah, Josie, I do too. I have such a... So listen, there's nothing wrong with game masters making money off of running games, especially if they're doing it like professionally. Like that's, you do it, yeah, like you do you. But I have this like just this ingrained sort of like, ooh, that's icky sort of feeling surrounding that. Where, oh no, it messed up my pagination. My pagination. I'll just delete a page. Like, who cares? Where I don't feel comfortable charging people to run in games. And I know... Okay, so I think there is a difference between charging people to play in your game versus pulling players from a pool of patrons. Like, I feel like that's different. But it's the same kind of, like... It feels icky to me. Not that it's icky inherently, it's icky for me. It feels icky to me. So I'm cooling on that idea. I put that in there as a potential thing, but I'm cooling on it for sure. Okay, so we're done with the layout we need to do tonight, which is awesome. That took like an hour. That's really exciting. I thought I was going to be sitting here for like 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, pro DMs. And you know what, Jason? There's a couple people in particular that created that aversion for me. So, hey, Marquise. Oh, Marquise, do you want to see your mission, dude? I just laid it out. Here it is, buddy. Heaven's Fall. So there's going to be cool little icons up here for the different things in the mission. But there it is. Yours is going to be one of the missions in the preview packet. I have to pay to see my own grandson. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Jason, you know what I'm talking about. I've seen too many people who have kind of like done it in such a skeezy shyster sort of way that, yeah, I just have an aversion to it. But I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with it, and I've really come around on like the idea of professional DMing. But anyway, yeah, so that's your mission, Marquise. That's your mission. Okay, so we're gonna look at Builder now, if y'all want to see some Builder. So let me bring this over, and I'll open it up in Google Docs. Let me close Photoshop because that eats up RAM like crazy. Did I drop any frames? No, I didn't drop any frames. Okay, don't look at my invoices. It's invoice day. Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, so Builder. So if you don't know, well, I'll just read this paragraph. Builder is a solo role-playing game in which you log the mission of a lone robot as they explore a distant world, build a temporary base, and discover alien artifacts known as beacons. Your mission begins with the discovery of a faraway planet. It ends with the builder's demise as their batteries finally deplete. Kai System 2.0 Shyster System. The Shyster System. So I've been working on this a lot. So there's a lot here. I don't want to go through all of it, but I'll go through the basics with you. To run a mission of Builder, you'll need a copy of the record sheet found at the back of this playtest packet, both decks of printed component and beacon cards. So there's 2 card decks, a fistful of dice, D12 for your battery gauge, 3 D4s for your remaining gauges, and a D6 for your action die, and a D10 for your discovery die. Your favorite music playlist, an hour or so of your time. Discover through play. The challenges your builder faces, the alien beacons they unearth, and the legacy they leave behind during their mission are all generated on the fly through a combination of roll tables, cards, and your own unfettered creativity. Though the game requires problem-solving, difficult decisions, and resource management, Builder is chiefly a narrative game, with your imagination fueling both the obstacles and solutions. It might seem counterintuitive at first to play against yourself, but leave behind the idea that this is a game to be won or lost. Focus instead on the experience of an exciting and often unexpected story of discovery, triumph, and loss. So the basic idea here is every time you take an action, and all of the actions are denoted by components, and I can show you actually this isn't what the cards are going to look like, but this is where I'm creating them. Okay, so like the hub. Okay, so the hub, you can spend 1 battery to explore. You roll recon to explore a sector adjacent to your base. So this is how you discover new sectors, and each sector is a grid on the map. Or you can spend 3 battery and exhaust the hub to build. Roll labor to add a component to your base in an explored sector. So basically you can explore a sector and then build in that sector. And let's say you build a power core, right? So now you can spend 1 battery and exhaust the power core to restore ready and exhausted component or beacon. The beacons give you cool alien stuff. So like the components are all like build things, explore, but then like the beacons are like weird stuff. Like this increases your recon gauge by 1. You can spend 2 power and exhaust it to scry. You can explore any sector, so it doesn't just have to be adjacent to your base. You could explore a sector on the other side of the map if you wanted to, right? So that's how the components and the beacons work. And then there's this table here, the action results table, which is actually, I was writing this on my phone and I couldn't do this, so I'm going to do it now. Distribute columns. So, well, here, I'll just show you how it works. So let's say that you're going to use the hub to explore. So you spend 1 power, which means you diminish your D12 down 1. And then you're going to roll recon. So you roll a d6, and whatever your recon gauge is at, you add that to the roll. So let's say we have a 2 in our recon. So I rolled a 5, so I got a 7. And a 7 is, I believe, a total success, actually. No, 7 is a partial success. So 7's a partial success. So if we can't really figure out ourselves what happens just based on what we do, you roll your discovery die, your D10, on the action results on the partial success. So we could short out our systems, drain our reserves, encounter hostiles, stuff like that. And like the total success is you get cool stuff, like you receive a message from home, you can unearth secrets, decode a signal, gather intel, claim resources, detect a new beacon, stuff like that. So that's how like the general sort of like resolution works. Is you roll the d6, add the things, and 1 through 3 is a failure, 4 through 7 is a partial success, 8 through 10 is a total success. And then, so what you do is you're creating like a mission log. So you have 2 sheets of paper. You have your the sector map and your log sheet. And so the sector map is like a big grid. It's a 5x5 grid, 25 sectors. And you note down, you can like draw on the map, like build your base, and then you write down on this little legend like what's in the sectors. Like my hub goes here, stuff like that. And then your log sheet, you write down day 1, built the hub. Day 2, built whatever and did this thing. So it's like you get to like create a log of what you do on your mission, and then at the end of the mission you run out of battery. There's nothing you can do about it. Your builder will run out of battery. Like there's nothing you can do about it, right? Like even if there are ways that you can charge your battery up, but it's built in such a way that you can never charge your battery enough to not have it eventually deplete, and you'll never be able to like explore the entire map. Like you will run out. But when you're done, your log sheet is what's left, and your log sheet will have everything that you did during this session, and that's, you can look back and see what you did or whatever. So when you set up the game, first you find a comfortable space in which you can write, roll dice, and spread out a bit. You put on some quiet inspirational music, a sci-fi movie score, synthwave mix, Holst's The Planet Suite, etc. Maybe get a snack and something to drink. Then prepare your record sheet, your dice, something to write with, and both decks of components and beacons. And then the cool thing is the components are a deck that you can like look through. Like you can build any component you want, but the beacons you shuffle up and you draw them at random. So let's say you discover an alien beacon. You don't know what it's going to be, so you draw the top card off the beacon deck and you can see what it is. But then there are things that allow you to like look at the top 3 beacon cards, and you can shuffle them up in any order you want and then put them back, so you can kind of dictate like which beacons you're going to find first. Anyway, I was excited about that. But you get to pick a module for your builder, which is like, it gives you a little something cool that you can do. So like solar charger, on a total success on a recon roll, you can increase your battery gauge by 1. Emergency power cell, once per mission, you can increase your battery gauge by 2. Hazard shield, you may reduce your battery gauge by 3 to turn a failure into a partial success on any roll. Mining drill, on a total success on a labor roll, you may increase your battery gauge by 1. So this is cool stuff like that. You can roll your builder name. So here, let's roll. 2, Dora. So this is like explorer names, right? So it's Comet, Dora, Nemo, Quartermain, Tintin, Pythias, Kirk. And then you get to discover the world. You can discover the planet that you're on. So you can roll. Where did my D10 just go? There it is. So it's like, we got an 8. Atmospheric anomalies with, roll twice and combine. 3, sheer cliffs and plunging pits, and mud, oil, or quicksand. So then that can like inform, like when you run into hazards and stuff, you can like picture what it might be. Like I get stuck in the mud, or I fall into a ravine or whatever. And then you can roll for the world designation. 10, Titan 6. And that's obviously, you can write your own. It's but then you pick where your hub goes. So your builder lands and builds the hub, and you note it on your record sheet. And then you set your battery gauge to 12, each other gauge to 1, and prepare to embark on your mission. So that's what's going on there with Builder. I'm feeling really good about it, and I'm excited to test it out. And with the mission manual Kickstarter ending here this Friday, I'm gonna have more time to work on it too. So my goal is to get this out before the end of the year. That's my goal. I would love to get it to people to try out over the holidays. I think that would be fun. So that's Builder. I'm glad that I got to show that to you guys. So we got our layout done for the night. I'm really excited about that. That was kind of a daunting thing that I wasn't sure how long that was going to take. And then we got to look at some Builder stuff. And Keel says stickers for the Patreon. Keel says stickers. So I'm going to look into stickers. I'm going to look into cool little postcards. Honestly, I'm just going to look into some cool stuff. and we'll do some neat. We'll do some art stuff on it. We'll do some fun tools, Game Master tools, stuff like that. So, yeah. Jason, have a good one, man. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me tonight. Jason, Keel, Cole, Marquise was here. Aaron stopped by. Josie, DJ. I think I got everybody. I think that's everybody. I'm scrolling through the chat here. But I really appreciate everyone hanging out and chatting with me. Cole, you don't have to get me so good. Oh my god. Yeah, when I say I'm taking the rest of the month off, I'm lying. I am lying. Pogs. Aaron, we could have Pogs. This is the start of something beautiful. This is going to be Matt Click's Pog LLC. Pogs Incorporated. No, but for real, like little tokens. Like we could do like little tokens with Mecha on them, or like a little builder drone. Anyway, listen. We don't need to get into this right now, but just know that the old noodles are cooking. The old noodles are cooking, he says. All right, that is my sign. That's my cue to leave. So. In Pog form. Oh my god, Milhouse is the greatest character in Western canon. I will fight anyone who says otherwise. My favorite Milhouse moment of all time is when he goes on summer vacation with Lisa and Bart, and he signs in Lisa's yearbook, "Dear Lisa," I think it says like, "Stay cool, see you in the car," because he's about to just get in the car and drive with them. Anyway, Milhouse is great. All right, thanks everyone for hanging out. I hope that everyone has a really good night and a really great weekend. Definitely tune in Friday for my Mecha Hack game. It's gonna be great. And yeah, I hope that everyone is staying safe and healthy and as happy as possible leading up to the holidays here. So take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time. This is probably my last Patreon stream for the year, I think. Yeah, I think it might be. So, oh yeah. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for everything, for supporting me, for hanging out with me, for putting up with me. Yeah. Stay cool, Millie. Everything's coming up, Millhouse. All right. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you on the flip side. Here we go. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here now.